Today we're going to be working on my kids' Power Wheels car, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a battery upgrade. Now these cars come with these big, bulky lead acid 12-volt batteries, but this thing's already dead and we need to get a new one. So instead of buying another one of these big, bulky, heavy things, I'm instead going to use the batteries I already have with my Milwaukee drill set. 18-volt lithium battery. This thing will charge. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Juniper. Another microphone. Airplane! Yes, there's an airplane. The advantage of switching to your drill batteries is you already have a whole bunch of them, and they're 18 volts, so they're more power, and they're lithium, so they're smaller, and they charge a lot faster. And Juno just brought me a AA, which probably won't be helpful right now, but I think I should close my camera case. So there's lots of different ways that you can hook these batteries up to the car. One way is if you have an old drill or something, you can literally just cut it off, and then you can use this bottom connector as sort of like the way that you hook your battery in. I got one of these. Okay, go. Go. Come on. We're filming, let's go. So the way I'm going to be hooking the battery up is with one of these USB adapters. What this is basically it's a little adapter that you can slide on a battery that turns your battery into a USB port so you can charge your phone on the job site. This thing I got on Amazon for like 20 bucks. Now all you gotta do is pop it apart like this. So these are the battery connection points, and if you flip it over, you'll see that there's connection points coming straight out of the back of those. So what I've already done is I've just hooked 2 wires up and soldered those onto the connection points. Then I drilled holes out of the back of this plastic piece and then just ran the wires out. Now with these wires, you want to make sure that on the positive lead that you put an inline fuse. This is very important if you don't want your kids' Power Wheels to start on fire. Basically this just gives a breaking point in the system so that instead of the motor blowing out or your battery dying, instead this little fuse will pop. So I'm using a 30 amp fuse, which is about perfect because this vehicle, depending on the load, the amperage can go from anywhere from 3 amps all the way up to 30 amps. So the next step is a big one. It's when you cut the plug out of your Power Wheel so it can no longer connect to the original battery type. Now your warranty is voided. Oh, I almost hit my wife's car. Okay, now that we're committed to the project, let's dive in. So I've actually already tried the 18-volt battery out in the vehicle and found out that it has a crap ton of power. Oh my God, that's a lot of power. Oh! And the thing is that my kids are both really little yet and they don't really know how to drive. So what I'm going to be doing to make this thing have a little bit more variation is I'm also installing a motor speed control. What this does is it basically just goes between your battery and your motor. It has a little dial, and this basically just controls the amount of volts that go into the motor. So let's hook it up. All right, so you hook the motor in where it says motor, and you hook the battery up to where it says input. When you hook these things up, make sure that you watch out for your polarity. If you hook the negative up to the positive on the battery side, you could screw stuff up or potentially start a fire. It's just not a good deal. Hashtag polarity matters. I also want to attach this battery mount to this side of the engine compartment here. And how I did that was I just put a couple of holes in the plastic to put a couple of screws through it. But I'm also going to lift this up and use a little piece of wood backing behind the plastic just to give the screws more to bite into. This. All right, so now we're gonna test it out. Theo, go ahead and press the gas, buddy. Press the gas. You can. So now I have total control to be able to sort of adjust the Jeep's speed as he gets older. So when he gets old enough to really handle it, we can crank it up. Is that fast enough, buddy? Yeah? Do you think you can go that fast?
I want to drive it.
He really wants to drive it. All right, so real quick though, I'm gonna show you with the voltmeter how this motor control adjusts the volts. So where I have the control at now is the original 12 volts. So Theo, show that. Go ahead. So that's what the original 12 volts looks and sounds like. Now if I crank it up to the full 18 volts, this is what it's like. Wow, that's good. What do you think, buddy? Can you handle that? He's speechless. So that is how you upgrade your Power Wheels to an 18-volt lithium power drill battery. If you like this video, please like and share it and leave us a comment. Let us know what we should do next. Now we have to go drive. Go for it, Theo. Go for it. All right, we gotta turn this down.